Hey, what's up guys? Before we get started, can you do me a favor? At any point in time during this video, if you like what you're hearing, please leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. We've been kicked out of the algorithm and we're trying to get back in the algorithm. So if you guys wouldn't mind, just leave a comment for me and leave a big old thumbs up so that we can continue making content. Also, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Kay. This video is going to be a tutorial slash walkthrough slash talk through of me editing for a music video for one of my original songs called Birdbox, which is available now. You guys can check it out. Here's a snippet of it if you want to hear it.
Open your eyes. Okay, so look out soon. Trust me, you have my word. You'll be just fine. Hey, don't listen to viewers divine. Open your eyes.
Now you gon' see who I am. I'm a monster too. Feeling my demons inside, trying to talk to you. What should I do if my mind's always falling through? Hard to be sane when the devil is calling you.
But without further ado, let's get into this editing session for the Birdbox music video. Basically, I just cut this video together the way I saw fit, and I wanted to have these shots where it was super close up on my face. And once I figured out what I wanted to do with the eyes and how I wanted to make them, the next step was actually finding the eyes or creating the eyes. So I went over to a couple stock websites. I have a subscription with Viewbug, and I kind of looked to see like how I could make this effect. So I watched this tutorial, honestly, and then I kind of recreated what they did in this video with my own video. So I will link this video in the description below if you guys want to check it out. This was super helpful actually, so thank you guys for making this. Basically, they just recreated it and then they dropped the original back on top of it. And so here we go, back to editing. We found our scene. We are in After Effects now, and I'm going to start motion tracking my eyes. I'm focused on the pupil here, as you can see, so we just motion track the whole clip. I did have to go frame by frame sometimes, and that's, you know, that's part of After Effects. Sometimes you just have to go frame by frame. My eyes look really cool in this video, so it was kind of cool to watch. You don't really get to see your eyes up close like this, so it was super interesting to, you know, work with my own face as my footage. Just an interesting note. And then I went over and did the other eye, and this one I had shadows and light, and as you will see in the final edit, you'll be able to see the shadows and light move over the new eye that I'm creating, and it is affected by light. So we finish this up, we make nulls. If you don't know how to do this, basically I just motion track it, attach it to a null object, and then I brought my eye into Photoshop to first Photoshop it here. So just creating this image for the cover art is basically what I was doing. Just trying to get it perfect here. As you can see, I do it multiple times. I think I do it one more time actually. Yeah, I think I did it like 3 times. I had to make a new layer and copy and paste it. So then we move it, rotate it to the other eye, and same thing, we just cut out the rest, and then we have the cover art right there. So then we pull our eye into After Effects and we lay it over my eye, attach it to the null, and then we start masking. Make sure you invert or make it so it subtracts the mask, and then every time your eyelid moves you have to adjust the mask, which means you're going to be editing this again frame by frame by frame by frame. It is a very tedious process. I probably could have done a better job had I, you know, spent even more time on it, but this was just my first time doing this, and I think it turned out pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I think it did a pretty good job. And because you're going frame by frame, the audience isn't gonna see this frame by frame, they're gonna see it as a completed piece, so this may look a little strange in some of the frames while you're looking at me edit it, but in the final, when there's actual motion attached to this, and you can also add motion blur and things like that. But yeah, super interesting to edit this kind of content. I've never done anything this tedious. I've never done anything like this before with like changing eyes out or any of that stuff. So this was my first time doing it. So be gentle in the comments. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. At one point in the video, you see the eye shift over and then back into place, but it was kind of a cool effect. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked how it turned out. And then, yeah, I just continued editing. And then I just play it back every now and then to see how it's working, to see if it's working properly, and to see if it looks good. And then I make minor adjustments here and there. Sometimes I had to make new masks and try to get around things. There's also, like, on the right side, you'll see that there's some yellow discoloration on the white part of my eye where the image actually is blending into my eye. I could have cut that out and cut it completely around the eye to make it look different, but this is just how I did it at the time. It was faster to do it this way. So yeah, I didn't go in a perfect circle around the eye, and I kind of wish I had done that. So now you're seeing some of the faults of my editing, but it's kind of interesting how you can see the water lines on my eye through the actual, through the footage, through the layer. So it looks realistic because the water that's naturally in my eye at the bottom here is reflecting and shining through that layer of the eye. So it makes it look more realistic because there's like wetness to it. It's not just like a dry, flat image. It looks like it's my eye. Like it looks like I'm wearing contacts, basically. And wouldn't you know, it's all editing. It's all fake. It's crazy. So yeah, just keep editing this and yeah, enjoy. So I had to do this in multiple sittings. It was a lot. It was a lot to edit frame by frame for an entire, probably 40 seconds of a song, going frame by frame by frame, making keyframes, making position changes, making scaling changes, masking changes, all kinds of different things. And so I had to do it in multiple sittings. My eyes would get tired after a while, things like that after like 5 hours of editing. So yeah, it definitely took me a while to do this. So if you're looking to do something similar, just know it's not a fast process. There aren't really shortcuts. After Effects is very hands-on. It's like working with moving Photoshop. That's essentially what it is. It's a Photoshop that moves. And so here I am playing it back to see how it looks, and it looks good. I'm super happy with it. This was the first time like going through the footage, and then there were a couple adjustments that I wanted to make. And then I moved on to the other eye, and here I am just adjusting the opacity, scaling everything, and I wanted to make it a little bit bigger than my eye. And this one's in the shadows, so it was actually a little bit harder to figure out because it was a little harder to see. But here I am just masking it frame by frame, like I said. I mean, look how tedious this is. I mean, if I played this in normal speed, you guys would be super bored, super bored. All right, so now we're at 3,000% speed. Hopefully this helps pick up some momentum for this video. It's already pretty long, but I just wanted to talk you guys through this and show you what I did and how I did it. So we're gonna just fast forward through this eye, just masking it, and yeah, enjoy. Cool, so I finished up the eyes, and now I moved on to this other scene where I'm basically doing the same thing. So again, tracking the motion of the eye, and then after I do that, I will do the overlay. So you're basically watching me do the same thing on a different clip. This one has more motion to it. This was a handheld shot actually, and the other one was locked off on a tripod. this part, when it goes out of the frame, you just kind of have to keep it up at the top of the frame and then bring it back down whenever, so if your subject goes out of frame, that's how you deal with that. And then here we are overlaying our image of the eye, and we begin the masking process right now. And this one was interesting because my head moves closer to the camera, so I had to scale it up with keyframes, and I had to mask it the same way I did the other one. This one was a little bit difficult actually because there was so much motion. I almost gave up at one point, to be completely honest with you, but I pushed through. I was like, I have to do this. I can't just do one scene. I have to do this scene as well because it's a close-up of my face. So I decided to just suck it up and continue editing. And editing can become super tiring and super monotonous and super tedious, but if you finish your project, you're going to be so proud of yourself, and it's going to be totally worth it, totally worth all the struggle and all the time you spent on it. So here we are, just masking this eye, masking this image, and making it look good. Again, the water that's naturally in my eyes really helped make this look a lot better because you can see it through the layer that I made. So super stoked with how that turned out. And this one was a little bit easier. This eye was a little bit simpler to track because it stays in the frame more than the other eye. The other eye goes completely out of frame for a while. So this one goes almost out of frame, I think, or it goes a little bit out of frame. But other than that, it looks pretty solid. It goes out of frame right there, but then it comes straight back in. So I think I decided to cut it there actually. But then I go ahead and overlay my eye and begin the masking process again. And here we go. I'm just going to play some music. I hope you enjoy this and that you are still here. If you're still here, wow, that's amazing. I didn't think anybody would watch this long. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you leave a comment. It helps the algorithm on YouTube. Yeah. So guys, this is how I did the eyes for the Birdbox music video. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, please go watch it. Give it some love. Show it some love on Spotify and iTunes, wherever you listen to music. It's available there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you like this content, if you want to see more of this content, or if this is completely boring to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you guys want to support the Patreon, you get content early, you get exclusive content, you get monthly Skype calls with me if you so choose, and you can get high resolution photography prints, discounts on merch, all kinds of cool perks. So if you guys want to support my content further, head to patreon.com/justtheletterk. There's a link in the description. I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, keep enduring, go out and go create something.